thank you for joining us. I am Vince Guiliano from SAVI Real Estate Group, and I am joined by the fabulous Meredith Campbell from our team. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us on Let's Get Savvy. It is our February edition, and remember to join us every second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. We go live. Check us out. If you don't get an opportunity to watch us live, we will post it on our feed as well, so you can catch us after. But when you do join live, feel free to ask any questions. Put it in the DMs or in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer them right away or on the next session that we do. Again, thank you. But today we are going to talk about the spring market. I know it's February and it's not springtime yet, but it is coming fast. It's right around the corner. We're already seeing some changes in the market. Nothing that we didn't expect and nothing that we haven't spoken about already. So today we're going to talk about the spring market. We're going to talk about what's happened so far, what you can do now if you're planning on selling or buying in the spring, and what to look forward to as a buyer or seller. So let's talk about what we're seeing in the market first. Meredith, is there anything that you're seeing right now that, working with buyers or sellers that, has changed from the end of 2024 to now?
I think appointments have really picked up. I think, the rate cut just gave a bit of inspiration and motivation to buyers to get out there. And I think it's really important to remember timing the market it's really difficult, so just go for what you need and the timeline that works for you. Getting ahead, if you're looking for a place, I would suggest going now before there's all of the extra buyers and all those extra listings that come up in the spring market. It's just extra competition. So just do what works for you. But things have really picked up for sure, multiple offers on places.
Yeah.
And
Okay. No, I agree. It's appointments have picked up. We talked about it in our last show. We talked about it at the end of 2024. Q1 is the busiest time of year in real estate. Yes, in the spring market, people are waiting. They want their house to look nice outside. We're going to talk about how to make that happen. But they want their house to look nice outside, and they want all these options. But if you are looking to sell, Q1 is a better time to do it, because all the buyers from 2024 that maybe waited through the holidays or waited through January, they're looking now. If you wait for the spring market, there's a whole lot of people waiting for the spring market, and then you get a flood of inventory, and now you're competing against more sellers. And whereas right now, we just had a little meeting, and there's houses that have had 20 offers again on places. Now, those are special cases. That's not happening everywhere, but there's limited inventory, and there are still some buyers that they're looking a little bit early. So it is a great time to sell right now. Again, before we get into what we can do before the spring market, Meredith touched on rates came down another quarter point since our last show, and that does get buyers a little bit, more active.
Right.
Despite, it catches people's attention regardless of if the actual rates are down. Right. I guess before we go on, I have to touch upon, did you watch the Super Bowl at all?
Yes, I did. Even though I was rooting for the Bills, very disappointing they weren't in it, but great game, and I'm happy that the Eagles won.
Yeah, how great is it for a Bills fan that Kansas City got smashed? Yeah. I was at did you watch it anywhere?
I just watched it at home.
Okay, I was at a friend's house, close friend. He is a huge, like every Philly fan, he is a huge Eagles supporter.
Fanatic.
You're a fanatic.
It's like me
right?
for the Bills.
And no, we had a great time. I said to him, I'm like, how can you have people at your house while your favorite team is playing in the Super Bowl and not lose your mind? And obviously, and I'm a Raiders fan, so I cannot cheer for the Chiefs. So I was happy to see the Eagles win as well. And no, it was a good time overall. But so congratulations to the Eagles and all the Bills fans that supported the Eagles as well. Sorry, a little tangent there. All right, and then something else that happened that maybe paused people for a weekend or half a week was, there's some tariff threats between Canada and the U.S. and we're not going to get into that stuff. Sometimes it does pause some showings here and there, but I think they'll be able to work everything out where it's not going to affect our market. So, so let's talk about, Q1's pretty much gone as expected. If you're looking to do something in the spring and you do want to wait, let's talk about what we can do as sellers to get our house ready for the springtime and listing your house. Meredith, do you have some tips that maybe you can give to the sellers out there before to start working on now, so that when springtime comes, they're not, losing their mind trying to get ready?
Yeah, because I understand it's a very complex process and it's stressful and it can be intimidating to many. It's understandable. So here are some tips that we think would really, really benefit you and help you just kind of take the stress away, make a little plan. One of the most important things I tell sellers is just declutter, not necessarily depersonalizing, like you don't need to take all of your photos down and all those things. It's mainly just to give the impression that the home has enough storage, it's a bright and open space and it's inviting. So you let those features of the home, kind of showcase themselves. So yeah, closet space, for example. If you have a closet that is crammed with clothing and that's something I would work on, just trying to take a few pieces out so that it gives the impression you actually have enough storage. I find, buyers going through a home, they'll look and they'll say, whoa, like they seem to not have enough because of all of the things piling out of it, of the closet. So just make sure you kind of declutter and get rid of things. Also fresh paint, just neutral colors in the home, make it bright and open. Changing the light bulbs is like a simple, inexpensive way to just like brighten up your space, outdoor and interior. And a deep clean, like just make sure that it's presentable and think, as a buyer, like what would you be looking for in a home that you're looking for and what would be priority for you and what areas would you be looking at. So just make sure you try those things. And if you are looking for a more in-depth like checklist, we have that and we can send you that. So email either one of us and we'll be happy to provide that for you.
Yeah, or feel free to send a message in our DM as well. We do have a complete seller's guide that has a checklist where it'll tell you where to start in terms of getting the house ready for sale. Meredith touched on some really good points. Decluttering, okay, and I know when we walk into a house, we're doing a showing, we want the buyer to feel like they can see themselves living inside this house. And when there's too much stuff going on, sometimes it distracts them and it makes them focus on the wrong stuff. Do I like, Smeg toasters and kettles and stuff? Yes, they look nice, but we can, even when we come and do photos, most of the time we're putting any additional stuff away because the photos, we want people to see a nice, open, clean, empty space.
Yeah, and just the main features of the home. That's really what we're trying to get them to focus on.
Yeah.
Like the beautiful kitchen, like your flooring, just the beautiful windows, like any little details that would, just create the love of the home. So. Yeah,
and you touched on painting now, nice paint colors, clean baseboards. If you're gonna wash any carpets or anything like that, if you can do all of that stuff now, and obviously, clean windows, but you're gonna probably wait until the weather's a little bit better. But all of that stuff will make the house ready for photos, okay? Because this is what happens most of the time. A buyer wants to buy a place, they come to us and they ask if they can put an offer on the place, and we obviously help them and set up, an offer, and then we say, is your house ready to sell? And they say, well, it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Right.
And, I know unexpected stuff comes up, but the more prepared you are, then it'll just make your offer a little bit stronger when you go to put an offer on a place that maybe you didn't expect to come up for sale and that you love. So.
Right. And may I add one more
thing?
Just deferred maintenance on your home as well. Like you have to be proactive and think, okay, someone puts in an offer, they love it, it could be conditional on a home inspection. So just make sure you're kind of keeping an eye on certain parts of your home, any leaks or condensation, anything that could be a problem down the line. Like be proactive, set yourself up for success. And just make sure you're maintaining the home throughout winter especially. That's a good time to see if you have any issues. So
good point. Yeah, when the home inspectors get in there, and remember, home inspections, a lot of, even first-time buyers, I'd say probably more than anybody, a lot of people think it's a pass or fail on a home inspection. there is no pass or fail. A home inspection is to give you as much information as possible at the house of the house, so that you have all of the information to make an educated decision. But yes, if you kind of take care of that stuff in advance before people come in and do a home inspection, then there's no surprises that may derail a sale.
And you have that buyer locked in, and you feel way more confident that the deal is going to firm up and your home's going to be sold.
So don't try to hide any surprise stuff.
Right.
When listing a house.
Yeah.
Okay, and just for what we think is going to happen. Well, I personally see the trend right now. I think spring is going to be very busy.
I think so too.
Again, Meredith touched on there are a lot of showings right now, and there are a lot of showings, but places have to be priced right. So we're not saying that this is the old market where everything sells and it's selling for over asking. When places are priced right, they are moving at the moment. Speaking of stuff moving at the moment, we do have some listings that we're going to touch on. Meredith, why don't you talk about your listings that you have right now?
Sure. So I've got 2 listings. One of them is in the beautiful Aldershot community. That's at 340 Plains Road East, Unit 512. This is a beautiful 2-bedroom unit, and it's got a gorgeous large covered balcony. It's in a really special community. You can do biking, walking. You're close to amenities like Mapleview, and you're 5 minutes from the Aldershot Go, so it's great for commuters. It's just a really special community. So I think that if you're looking for a 2-bedroom condo, 2 bathrooms as well, come and check it out, book a showing with myself or any of the realtors on our team, or if you have your own realtor. And then I've got one on Concession Street, so that's 350 Concession, Unit 603, and that's got the most beautiful view of the city. And it's in a really beautiful building. It's an older building, so it's built very well. Great soundproofing, and just a spacious unit. This has ample space, 2 bedrooms, and it's gorgeous. So come check it out, and that's at $599.99. So.
All right, and think about the benefits of a condo. There's no maintenance that you have to take care of in general. I mean, obviously your interior maintenance, but no exterior maintenance. Whatever the amenities are that they have, most of the time they are 1 floor or single floor units, so you don't have to worry about stairs or anything. Obviously, there are certain demographics of people that they suit, but both of those units, I could say you could have first-time home buyers,
right.
You could have young professionals, or you could have downsizers in any of those places, and they would all fit. So definitely go take a look and check it out. Because of the long weekend this weekend, and I hope everybody has a great family day weekend and Valentine's Day weekend. We do not have any open houses this week, but we are going to have a couple open houses next weekend as well, so that you can come and visit any of these listings. A couple other listings to touch on: 9 Bing Crescent, Stony Creek, 2-story.
Love the backyard on that one. That one's a really, really cool space.
Yeah, detached house, beautiful backyard oasis with a pool. Beautiful place, beautiful area. I live in the area, so I'm a little biased, but great schools, great parks, shopping nearby, access to the highway nice and easy. So definitely come and check that one out. 150 Kiefer Road in Thorold, that is conditionally sold, but there's a buyer that's already loving the place, so hopefully we can get all that set up and squared up. Then we have a couple of commercial buildings available. Anchor Road on the mountain, Stony Creek, beautiful big space. If you are a tradesperson, you want to do any tire shop, car shop, detailing, anything like that, it's a beautiful space there. And then we have 2 fantastic listings coming up. We have one on Barton Street. It is a commercial unit. How would you describe? More of an auto kind of, like if you have
great
an auto
for
shop.
storage, and it's a great location too.
Yeah.
Pretty central in Hamilton. So.
Yeah, right on Barton Street. Excellent exposure, great parking, great storage. It's currently a tool place, so if you're looking for a place.
Yeah, like auto parts.
Yeah, tools or auto parts. And then we have a one that I'm excited about, a beautiful little It's a story and a half house on Province Street coming up, and it looks fantastic. Beautiful backyard. Very excited about that one. We will have more details on that next week when we have some open houses as well. So exciting stuff. I would love you guys to come and check out our listings, and obviously check us out live every second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. And Meredith, I hope you have a great Valentine's Day weekend and family weekend.
Too.
Any plans?
Yeah, love is in
any
the
plans
air.
you know of, or
No.
no? Okay, all right.
Probably all you can eat sushi, but
Oh,
we'll see.
nice. That is probably my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
Besides my family. Anyway, thank you again for joining us today. You know, the weather's not supposed to be great today,
Yeah,
so
drive
be safe,
safe.
drive safe, and feel free to message us with any of your questions.
Thanks
Have a
for
great day.
tuning in.